Gentleman from Missouri.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 5 minutes to the gentleman from Michigan, a veteran of the Second World War, Mr. Dingell.
The D is recognized for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. Speaker, I wish I could rise in support of the administration's policy. I wish it made sense. I wish it was in the best interests of this country to support that policy. It has been now 4 years since the first American soldier entered the deserts of Iraq, and about 4 years since the President has declared victory. Since then, more than 3,100 Americans have been killed, 24,000 and more have been wounded, and anywhere between 40,000 and 100,000 Iraqis have died. You know, I'm proud and grateful that I could have the privilege of serving my country and making some small offering to its success in time of war. I understand how important it is that we support our troops there. They have done a magnificent job, and everyone in this chamber, including this speaker, support them fully. It is regrettably, however, the leadership in Washington that has been less than stellar. Unfortunately, the veracity of this administration and the respect in which it is held on these matters ranks somewhere around that great fantasist Baron Munchausen, the teller of fantastic tales. I am against this plan, if it can be called such, because it's just more of the same. Policies and programs that have consistently failed for 4 years. I'm against this surge because it will not make Americans safer, because it will put more American lives at risk, because it continues to neglect the battle in Afghanistan, and because it completely disregards the necessary diplomatic and political recommendations of the Iraqi study group. 21,000 is too many to kill and too few to succeed. And more importantly, that number is going to be sent over there away from the adventures that we are confronting in Afghanistan and the troubles that we're seeing in that place. And we're going to send people over there without adequate preparation, proper equipment, and training. Vice President Cheney has told us that insurgency is in the last throes. Mr. Speaker, the National Intelligence Estimates said that fanatical terrorism has now, and I quoted, metastasized and spread across the globe. At each possible turning point, the toppling of Saddam Hussein's statue, the dissolving of the army, the creation of the Iraqi Constitution, the vote for the Constitution, the parliamentary elections, the capture of Saddam, the death of Sarkawi, the Bush administration has told us that victory is at hand. And yet, the killing goes on and seems to have risen to new levels and new evidence of risk. I don't believe that we can anymore condone this long train of failure which has brought us so little success and such tremendous sacrifice in blood and treasure. It is time that we recognize that our troops are in the middle of a civil insurrection or a civil war. It is time that we recognize that we must turn this situation now over to the Iraqis. The matter will be decided by the Iraqis, not by us. It will not be decided militarily, but rather politically by the people in the area, and not by Americans who are coming increasingly to be viewed as intruders and to be less liked and less supported. I know that commentators and defenders of the administration will assert that Iraq is too important, too vital to our national interests to be debated or criticized. I happen to think the debate in this body on matters of great importance is the reason that we exist. And it is time that we speak on behalf of the American people to tell this administration, find a new mechanism to prevail in this matter. Find a new way to spend our lives and treasure. Find a new way to see to it that we prevail and that we make this country safe, because it is clear that this is not going to happen with the current policy as exemplified by this administration. I urge my colleagues to support this resolution. I hope that the country will see to it that the President finally hears the message, that his policies are failed, it is time to make changes, and that we have to do so in the interest of the United States and world peace.